Welcome to my channel. This is JC Rock and Metal Reviews. My name is John, and today will probably be my last album review of a new release that will be of 2021. And the album is Born by Neil Young. This is his 41st album and his 14th with Crazy Horse. The album was released on December 10th, 2021 through Reprise Records. And there will also be a movie of the same name released on Blu-ray, directed by his wife, Daryl Hannah. So I first discovered Neil Young in the early 90s. I knew about him growing up, but I never really got into his music until like one day I was out buying music and I came across a cassette. It was from the album Harvest, and I bought it for some reason. I think it was because around the time he was like making albums with Pearl Jam, and I was really into grunge at that time. And I loved, and I still love this album, Harvest. You know, I listened to that cassette many times back then. I still listen to it a lot today, and it's just a really great album. You know, back then I was listening to like pretty much all grunge and metal and nothing else, but it was this really incredible songwriting that kind of made me like listen to this album over and over. I haven't really listened to many of his other albums, you know, until recently. I do have a couple of his CDs, but, you know, I have been going back to Neil Young recently a lot. You know, he's like the guy I like listen to when I need to relax and wind down and just like enjoy some music. So he has this new album, and it is what you expect. It's Neil Young just doing what he does. Some of the songs are soft, some have that like 90s grungy sound, and it is one of the albums with Crazy Horse. So a lot of times with those albums, you do hear some of the songs with like that, kind of like that harder sound. So this album has 10 songs. The album is 42 minutes long, so let me talk about it. First song is called Song of the Seasons. It's a classic Neil Young song. Starts with him playing the harmonica and strumming his guitar. This is one of the more laid-back songs in the album. It has the guitar strumming, some soft keyboards in the background. The song is 6 minutes long and one of the longer songs on the album. Next is Heading West. This one has the heavy grungy guitars, and similar to like those like 90s period songs. The guitars have a lot of feedback and distortion, but also has some country flavor. In the lyrics, he's talking about things he used to do when he was young, like going down to the train tracks, putting his ear to the tracks, listening for the trains, talking about the good old days. So it's a song that shows off the full band along with Neil Young himself. Change Ain't Gonna, a bluesy, like a honky-tonk type of song, has the harmonica and the piano. One of those songs with the lyrics a little more socially conscious, talking about the government and freedom and things like that. Kind of like a fun drinking in a bar type of song. Canarykin, it's another one of the heavier guitar-driven songs. In this song, it talks about how he started out in Canada, then he went to the States, and during that time, he gained dual citizenship. So he speaks about how he's both Canadian and American. So that's kind of, you know, as you figure that out, you know, he put the two words of Canadian and American together and got Canerican. It's a pretty good song. Shape of You, another bluesy rocker with a steady drum beat. It has a honky-tonk piano and harmonica. The song's a rocker, kind of like maybe like the Rolling Stones. The lyrics are really nice, and it's one of like his love songs. They Might Be Lost, another one of his laid-back singer-songwriter type of songs. In the song, he mentions he's waiting for his friends. It's kind of like past 4:20 in the afternoon. You know, one of those songs has that classic style and him talking about like the old days. Human Race, this one brings back those harder rocking sounds with the feedback-driven and distorted guitars. This one has the backup singers. It's another socially conscious song talking about children and saving the human race. So he's posing the question about, you know, how are we going to tell the children why you didn't save the planet for them? The song is cool, has some really cool electric guitar solos. Tumblin Thru The Years, it's a soft piano ballad with the backing band. Lyrically, it's a heartfelt love song, very enjoyable and relaxing song. Welcome Back, this is the longest song on the album. It's 8 minutes and 28 seconds. This starts with a distorted guitar and has that signature like Crazy Horse like tone. The song is very slow and bluesy and kind of includes like some distorted guitar fills, has some clean guitar chords, and the song is basically more of like an extended jam session. The final song is called Don't Forget Love. The short song has those harmonized vocals, has some uplifting lyrics, and how you should not forget about love. When things are going bad, things are going your way, just always remember love, or don't forget love. That's how they sing in the chorus. Soft ballad, really nice way to end the album. Conclusion, I think Neil Young is an artist that he kind of appeals to everybody. His songs have enough of like a rock edge to please like fans of classic rock music, or if you like heavier music like I did back in the 90s. But at the same time, his songs and lyrics are very well written. So if you like singer-songwriters, he's probably one of the greatest. I would say he ranks as high as someone like maybe like Bob Dylan or James Taylor. He's also one of the hardest working musicians out there. And he is, I think, 76 years old. And he has released an album pretty much every 1 or 2 years since the late 60s. And I don't think he's really taken any breaks. I mean, I don't really think there are any gaps like in the years in his discography. I mean, this is a classic Neil Young album. Has a little of everything. Has some of the harder rockers. It has some of the more softer, heartfelt songs. It has the love songs. It has the protest songs. So it's a nice mix of different types of, songs and music. So I'm going to give this album an 8 out of 10. Another really good Neil Young album to his vast discography of very good albums. So that's it. Let me know in the comments what you thought of the album. So tomorrow I will be continuing my series of the best albums of 2021. I will be doing top 5 heavy metal albums. Then after that, I will be doing a lot of different genres. I will be doing some thrash, some hard rock, some death metal, some progressive metal, and a lot more. So that's it. Please remember, like, comment, subscribe. Check out the other videos I have here, and see you all in the next one.